Hello everyone, welcome to this new channel Tech Plus Lab, and today we're going to review the QKGW1 Pro earphones bought from AliExpress for about $7. First of all, let's talk about the build quality. The build quality seems pretty good for the price, but it's not top notch. The quality of plastic used in making the voice splitter and also the mic is amazing, but I need to tell you something about the mic. The mic, though the plastic quality is great, but the assembly doesn't seem to be really that good. Available for black, blue and red, or blue and red from sellers, which includes one red and one blue for each ear. They look pretty good for me and easy to distinguish, so I choose these. Let's talk about the comfort. This is the department that these shine incredibly well for the price. I mean, they are really good. Like they don't fall off your ear at any cost, and they stay right inside your ear, which means you can sleep as you want without worrying about them causing your ears some kind of pain or something like that. I really love them to wear during the nights, but remember not to use the long tips during the night, as they bend and muffle the sound a little bit. And of course, no stock tips, as you can feel that if you touch them with your hand, they completely block out the noise for some reason. This is really strange, but I would not recommend the stock ear tips if you want the best sound even when sleeping. The cables actually look like they're braided cables, but actually they are not. They're just normal cables, and the only difference is that they're actually covered with the translucent flexible silicone instead of rubber. And one more thing I would recommend to you is to super glue the connection at the mic. I mean the both up and bottom parts of the plastic of mic, because they are really easy to tear apart, and I was able to disassemble them without any effort, so I highly recommend you to glue them together. But just remember that though these have great sound quality, you'll just miss out a lot of frequencies due to the sound leak. So unless you find the best ear tips for these earphones, I don't really recommend using these. It does of course come with a mic, but it does not have a volume up and down buttons, only one button to operate everything, which is a little bit complicated but easy to use if you used any other single button mics on the earphones. The ear hook quality is something they call as memory wired, but it's nothing exceptional. It's just usual, but feels a little soft over the ear and stays well though. The quality of the silicone tips they provide is pretty good, but let's talk about the sound isolation later on. The wire seems to me like a normal wire wrapped around with a flexible silicone. It looks pretty cool but feels a little delicate, but seems like it'll come for long use. The part where the wire splits into two is held really good with the help of a strong plastic, just like the one that holds the 3.5mm jack. Now let's talk about the sound quality. The sound quality is something not really flat, which means they are not particularly balanced, but they sound really good considering they're only $7. One thing that I heard in several reviews is that they lack bass before I purchased these, but that is not at all true. They have some really solid bass, but due to the stupid silicone cups they provide, it's really messed up. I mean, I don't know why, but I can't really feel the bass with the stock ear tips. I need to change them to something else, which I'll show you in a minute, to get the proper amount of bass. Actually, there is a little design flaw that makes the bass go away. I mean, the bass is there and you can feel it, but with the stock tips you cannot. The reason for that is there is a lot of sound leak from these earphones, and also when you choose a bigger size of the ear tips that comes with some of the QKG sellers is okay. I mean, you can sometimes feel the bass, but it's not as good as you would expect with the stock tips. So I recommend you to buy something else, or switching to the ones that you have from your previous earphones might help. Depends on what tips you have. On the other hand, the mids are really good on these earphones. There is nothing to speak about. They're perfect for me. At least for me, they're perfect. Each ear is different, so I don't know how you feel about them, but for me, they are pretty good, solid. And when it comes to vocals, they sound crisp, clear, and really sweet. But there is one thing that you need to keep in mind, that when you're bumping up the volume very high, there is a little harshness in the treble, so the vocals might be a little harsh for those who don't really like such type of sound, but seriously, this is really good. I mean, I can't recommend this enough if you are a real vocal lover and do care about bass but not really into that. Well, I don't want to talk a lot about this. Those three statements that I gave you regarding the sound signature is all you need to know. But there are some recommendations I would like you to tell, because doing so will improve the sound quality as you prefer. Also, one more thing to talk about is that if you're thinking on changing the cables, please don't buy these for that reason, because the connector here is not a standard MMCX cable. I mean connector. I tried this is not the same as the Shure earphones do provide. So if you want to swap the cable or want to insert a Bluetooth cable, it's not that easy. I mean they are available from AliExpress for about $7, but that's the cost of the new pair of earphones, so I won't really recommend going for that. This connector is simply strange. It's a little bit thin and a little longer than the normal standard MMCX connector. Final word is that if you want the best quality and comfort, go for these, and if your budget is pretty low, below $10, you cannot go wrong with these, especially in comfort. Nothing can beat these. These are amazing. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for more videos like this, and thank you for watching.